person who aims at nothing will sure hit nothing. So if you have nothing you are aiming towards, be sure that you will not get anything. And that, can I say, is the case of many people. You know, we just, we're so casual about things. We don't plan. We just begin to aim at nothing. And of course, when you aim at nothing, you get nothing. You get nothing. Another quote by Benjamin Franklin, it says, by failing to prepare, you're actually preparing to fail. So when you don't take time to prepare, at the back of your mind, unconsciously, it's a preparation to fail. It's a preparation to fail. So what are these 5 vital steps? Remember, I said that at the end of this session, there's a need for us. I mean, it will be exposed to 5 key steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would help us in preparing, strategizing for the new year. And not just new year, these are principles that would also help in all areas of our lives, you know. And let me also say that the focus of this teaching is actually on personal visioning and goal setting. But let me also tell us that these are principles that you can also apply in your business or in your career, in your marriage, whatever it is that you are involved in. These principles, these steps can also help, would also help you. So the first thing here is to review. And why do we need to review? You know, reviewing helps us to take stock, to see how far we've gone, to see what we have done. What have we failed to do? Because the truth is, if you fail to take time to review, many times we'll just be deceiving ourselves. Maybe you're a business person and you just conclude that, oh, you know, I mean, like when I'm teaching on entrepreneurship, I tell people, I say, look, the fact that you have money hitting your accounts on a daily basis doesn't necessarily mean you are making profit. Because embedded in the money hitting your account, your cost is also involved. So if you feel that, oh, I made 100,000 into my account, out of that 100,000, your profit might just be 20,000. So it's important for you to take stock, to review and to see and to know. So review. And what does that involve? It means, first of all, asking questions. What was I able to accomplish last year? Or now we're still at the end of we're at the tail end of the year 2023. So you can ask, this year 2023, what was I able to accomplish? Rather? What steps did I take? What were the things that I did well? What helped me in accomplishing those things? Was it because I planned? Was it because I was able to save? Was it because I was able to attend some courses? Was it because I was able to do certain things? What helped me? Then also ask yourself, what did I fail to accomplish and why? Why? What happened? What did I do? Did I not do well? What were the lessons I learned? I like what John Maxwell, one of his books, the title, it talks about failing forward. So in essence, it's the point is not feeling that because I failed in certain things, it means it's over. Failing or failure should not be a conclusion. Rather, we're to pick lessons from failure and then apply those lessons and say, okay, these are the lessons I've learned. Okay. I didn't make as much. I wasn't able to save as much because I spent so much on certain things. Oh, in my business, we could not hit certain targets because of so and so reasons. And then another thing that we also need to do, we need to also review and ask ourselves, what are the things I'm grateful for? Many times we just overwhelm ourselves because of certain things that we believe we were not able to accomplish. And you say, oh, you know, and then you feel there's something to be grateful for. Hey, my dear friends, the fact that you are alive and well today, breathing and you are hale and hearty, is something to be grateful for. And you know what? By the time you pick a pen and paper and begin to list out things that God has done in your life, you'll be amazed. There was something I started at the middle of this year because I heard, a message on this. They need to have what we call a gratitude journal. A gratitude journal. And that person shared with us, they need to, come up with, take a journal, and on a daily basis, list out what God has done for you. List out on a daily basis. At the end of each day, write out what God has done in your life. And guess what? I started, like I said, in the middle of the year. And so I just summarized January to April, April to, I think it was June that I started, June or July. And guess what? In the last 2 days, this is what I've been doing. I've been going through each page in that gratitude journal, and I've been amazed. Does it mean I have all my answers, all my prayers? I had all my prayers answered? Not exactly. I mean, there's still many that I'm trusting God for. But guess what? As I began to look through the things I had written, I said, wow. Let me give you an example. I realized that as I speak today, I have been in the aircraft 13 times this year. I began to count from one journey to another journey. 13, I said, wow. So 13 times God preserved my life from a plane crash. How much more you and I, the times we've driven to and fro, the times we walked up and down on the event of people on the street that a car comes to hit. So let's also take time to review and list out what we're grateful for. What are those things that God has done? Even if there are some things we feel we are yet to receive the answers for. Okay. So I want us in the chat box, can you just write something that you are grateful for? Like a message to God. I'm grateful for this. And let's keep it coming, please. Let's write. I've listed my own. I'm grateful to God that despite the fact, I've been in the aircraft 13 times between January and now, and God kept me through every journey by air, not just by air, by road, by land. God kept me safe. So let's have the gratitude. Let's keep it coming. I've not seen any. I want to read at least 3 or 4. I'm waiting. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? Okay, thank you. I'm grateful for life. Thank you, Suliat. Thank you, Yemisi. I'm grateful for good health and for his mercy. Fantastic. Let's keep it coming. I'm waiting for at least another 2 or 3 before we move on. I'm grateful to God for pulling me through my job, because out of 7 of us employed, I'm only the one still on the job. Fantastic. Thank you, ma. Mrs. Joku said, grateful for safety, for life, successful surgery, grandchildren. Thank you, ma. Fadekemi says, I'm grateful for his protection. Thank you so much. So I want you to take this beyond this. Bethel says, I'm grateful for all-round good health. Grace, I'm grateful, so grateful for sound health and the gift of life. Thank you so much. I can see all your feedback. Thank you. So let's keep it coming. Go back, take a journal, take a book, and begin to review. What are the lessons I've learned? What are the things I was able to do? What are the things I've been able to do? And of course, what am I grateful for? Okay, so let's go on. So the second step, remember, we're looking at 5 keys. The second step is your vision. What is your vision? Your vision is simply your picture of the future. Your picture of the future. What do you see? Where do you see yourself? Where do you see? What do you see about the coming year? What are your dreams? These are some questions that I believe will help us. And of course, the foundation of vision is to know who you are. This is something I'm so passionate about, self-discovery. And for those that might be interested, maybe at the end, we'll try to share the link. There's an online course that I have on this, on personal discovery, self-discovery. Who are you? Because your vision must align with your life mission. Your life mission is simply your purpose. What is the purpose for your life? Every life has a reason for its existence. God did not create anyone just for the fun of it. There's a purpose. And then what is your vision? Where are you going? And these are some questions that can help. What do you want to accomplish in life? What would you want to do if you knew it's impossible to fail? Like I was sharing with a group of young people yesterday. I said, look, there are some things that even from a young age, that some desires you've had, some dreams you had from a young age, pay attention to those things. There may be a need to go back to review and to say, what were those things? And I was sharing with those young people yesterday. I said, look, I recall when I was much younger that I would stand in front of, the what we call cassette player. I'm sure some of the younger ones will not know what I'm talking about. Cassette player, where we have this, tape recorder rather. And then I'll be recording myself. I will be reading speeches. I'll be saying things. And then I also used to be in my school, what do we call it? Debating society. I used to represent my school. I used to love talking, although I was good in other subjects. So they just concluded that, I'll be great as a science student. And I went to the line of the sciences. But I still thank God for that. But what am I trying to say? I realized that right from a young age, I had always loved talking. I had always loved, passing information. I'd always loved, saying things, making people to know, to get informed, to speak, to talk. Okay? And so there's some things from your young age that you might need to go and unearth. Maybe you've buried some dreams because people told you it's not possible. Or people told you that, no one in your family has ever done those things. Or people have told you that, no, forget about it. Those things are important. They are part of what God has put inside you. Ask God to open your eyes and your heart. So your vision is important. What's your vision for this coming year? And these are just some quick things that can help us on the subject of personal discovery, just to ask God, look above, look within. What are your gifts, your talents, your passion, your abilities? There's a reason why God has put those things inside you. Look around. What are those things that will always catch your attention, that will not catch the attention of other people? Look behind. What are the experiences you've had, especially from a young age, maybe while in school? Those are things that will point. And of course, look ahead as to what we're talking about, the need for a vision. So after a vision, that is a picture of what you want to see, what is that desire? What are your desires concerning this new year? And now let me say that when it comes to goal setting, it's in 3 dimensions. We talk about short-term goal, mid-term goal, and a long-term goal. Short-term goal is usually within a year. Mid-term goal, we say from 1 year to like 3 years. And then, from 5 years and above, some people will push it to 5 years for a long-term goal. So you can do that later on. But the focus of this presentation will only be on the short-term goal of 1 year. We're looking at the year 2024. But guess what? These same principles will help you in coming up with your mid-term goal or your long-term goal. And like I said before, these principles will also apply not just for your personal life, but in all other aspects of your life. Maybe your marriage, your business, your career, your academics, whatever, every area of your life, you can also carry this same principle and apply. Let me use the example of marriage. What's your vision for your marriage? What do you want people, what is the picture you have for your marriage? Maybe you could say, I want a marriage that will be an example to others. I want a marriage that will be people, when they come in, they desire to get married. Or I want a business that, I can provide employment for at least 100 people in my community. That's a vision, a picture that you have. And then you come up with the goals. So now, when you talk about setting goals, we're also talking, goal setting. In simple terms, it simply means identifying the things that you want to accomplish in your life, and then devising a plan to achieve this. Very simple. You take time to reflect. Thank God today is Saturday. Wherever we are in the world, in the part of the world, it's Saturday. So you can take time between, maybe take a few hours out, take a pen and a paper. There's a workbook that I'm going to share the link with us. I'm giving it free. It's a template that would help us. First of all, list out, like we said, what you're grateful for. List out, you know, do a review, and then what are your gratitude points, and then begin to itemize. What are those things I would like, I desire to see in various aspects of my life? My finances, my business, my health, my relationship, in my marriage, in my career, in my academics. But in setting goals, you need to bear in mind that the goals need to be SMART. It's an acronym, SMART. We're going to look at that later, okay? And you know what? I know we have a lot of teachers in the house. So if you know what SMART stands for, feel free to share it in the chat box. Feel free to share it. If you know what it stands for, feel free to share it for us so we can also learn from you. So goal setting, like I said before, a goal is simply something you hope to achieve. And what does it do? It helps you to turn that vision. You know, I talked about vision, dream, vision, expectation, what you desire to see. It helps you to turn it into a reality. Because sometimes if you just have a vision without actually taking time to list out your goals, you are just daydreaming. Many times we just daydream. Oh, I see myself, you know, riding this car, the best of the car. Oh, I see myself doing it's a daydream. If you don't do anything with it, you're just daydreaming. In fact, there are some of us, myself inclusive, as I'm talking, there are many ideas that God has given us. But because we didn't take time to actually come up with our goals and to have a plan, we were just daydreaming. Yesterday, when I was talking to the group of young people that I mentioned earlier, I shared one personal regret that I still have. Although I'm trusting God that He will give me a breakthrough one day. And okay, let me use this opportunity to recognize those of us, our friends joining us on Facebook. Thank you for joining us. Please feel free to also drop your own comments. We'll try as much as possible to pick your comments. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so what is that personal regret? I had said that, you know, I went back to school for my master's after 21 years of being out of the class. That is 21 years after getting my first degree. I went back for my master's. I was so excited. And by the grace of God, with all due respect, I did very well. A number of my lecturers were quite proud because even during that time, I was pregnant and I delivered in the middle of the course. 2 weeks after delivery, I was back in class. You know, I would run out of the class, go to the common room, feed my baby, come back into the class. So they were quite impressed and they encouraged me to go on to do a PhD. And I was like, oh, yes, oh, yeah, I'll go on for the PhD, you know, and I was so excited. I was daydreaming. I was already imagining what it would be like being referred to as Dr. Mrs. You know, I like the sound of it. But can I tell you, my dear friends, that baby that I had during the master's program, the final semester of the master's program, we turned 14 in February, and I'm yet to pick application form for the PhD program. Why? I had no goals. I was just daydreaming. It was a vision I had. It was a dream I had. It was something I was excited about. But because I did not take time to sit, to strategize, to come up with a goal, okay, what will I need to do? What school will I need to apply to? Is it the same school where I did my master's? What will I need? How many hours a week will that take from me? What are the things that I will need? What? I didn't do that. And today, 14 years, almost 14 years after, we're still daydreaming. I pray that God will wake me from that daydream. So as we're talking, are there some dreams? Maybe for the purpose of accountability, you want to share with us maybe something you've been dreaming about for the past number of years, but you are yet to take the step if you want to share with us. But let me look at the acronym. I remember, oh, fantastic. Thank you, Kemi Adekaya. She said, S for strength, M measurable, A achievable, R realistic, T time. Okay, that is, I think we can give you 75%. Thank you so much. Okay, Adepipe says specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bound. Thank you so much, Adepipe and Adekeye. Thank you for, okay, I can see more. Suliat too said, okay, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bound. Thank you so very much, ladies. Where are the men now? Let the men also share with us. Thank you. Oh, wow. Mrs. Joko says poor network. Ma, you can also join on Facebook. You can join on Facebook. Maybe there can be a better, or maybe log out and log in again. Okay, let's carry on. So back to goal setting. So it helps you to turn, like I said before, your vision into a reality. So it's not just a daydream, you know. Then it helps you to know where to concentrate your efforts, your time, and your resources, and rid your life of distractions. There's so many things that we're running after. I myself, I must say that if one of my key themes for 2024 is consistency and focus. Because you find out that many times we're busy running around for too many things. And at the end, we can't say that we've actually grabbed one thing. But when you take time to set goals in aspects of your life, distractions can be dealt with. And guess what? The more you are able to achieve your goals, by the time you achieve each goal, because part of what I'm going to share with us is the need to do quarterly reviews. Okay, maybe after 3 months, you check up yourself. Okay, how far have I gone? What else do I need to do? And then you find out that you are able to accomplish it. Guess what? It boosts your self-esteem. It makes you feel so proud. Oh, wow, I've been able to do this. And then it strengthens you to go for more. It strengthens you to go for more. So goal setting is key. So this is the acronym, and some of our friends have already listed this out for us. It says it has to be specific. What you want to do must be specific. It mustn't be vague. It must be measurable. That is, you must be able to quantify it when you get there. It must be attainable. It must be relevant, timely. And lately, they've been talking about the need to also to have what we call smarter goals, where you take time to evaluate. That's what I talked about, that on a quarterly basis. In fact, there's some that do it monthly, but I would say, you could say on a quarterly basis, evaluate. And guess what? The moment you find out that you've been able to achieve that goal, reward yourself. Give yourself a treat. The truth is, you are the best person that can take care of yourself. Okay? So it must be specific. Now, can somebody give me an example of a specific or a SMART goal? Yeah, let me do that in the chat box. Let's say, let me give an example in a financial goal that is specific, that is SMART. Is there anybody that can help us? Anybody? An example. An example of a SMART goal. A SMART financial goal. Anyone? A SMART financial goal. Is there anybody that can give an example? I'm still waiting. Okay, maybe because I want us to finish by 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Anybody? An example of a SMART financial goal. Remember, it's specific. It must be specific, measurable. That is, you must be clear about that goal. Measurable, you must be able to track it. It must be quantifiable. It must be something that is attainable, realistic, and must have a time frame. Okay, maybe I will give an example. For instance, it's not really a SMART goal to say, oh, at the end of next year, I want to save more. Is that a SMART goal? Hello, is that a SMART goal? Let me check on Facebook if anybody has put a comment. Is that a SMART goal? Our friends on Facebook, please feel free to also drop your, okay, I can see. Okay, Suliat says to sell 2 dozens of pants, trousers as ready to wear within the, fantastic. Yeah, do we agree it's smart? There's something we can measure there. 2 dozens of trousers. And then she has put the time frame 3 months. Do we agree it's smart? Hello? I need feedback. Do we agree that it's a SMART goal? I believe it is, because I can see that it's measurable, because the fact that she'll be able to quantify it at the end of it, that, okay, after 3 months, how many do I have? 2 dozens? Is it 1 dozen or 2 dozens? Okay. Of course, there's a time frame there, and I believe it's realistic for her based on her business. And then Mrs. Ojoku said to provide immunization 30% of children under 5 by the end of 2024. Thank you, ma. Okay, I believe also because we can see there's an element that can help you measure it, and then there's a time frame. Okay, so but ma, there might be a need to know the number of children, maybe 30, maybe you are saying 1 million, because children is so wide. It could be like if you say 30% of 1 million children in a certain community or in a state. So you should start with that as a baseline so that you can know what that 30% will translate to. Then Blessing, Dr. Blessing, thank you. She said to make at least 250K weekly from my business. So every week you want to review that. So that's like 1 million in a month. Okay. All right. Thank you for all the feedback. So a goal, we said, is a dream, must have a deadline. There must be a time frame to it. So let's go on. So this is the assignment, and I'm going to share the link to a template with us later on. So develop short, medium, long-term goals for all aspects of your life. But remember, I said the focus of this teaching is going to be for the short term. We're talking about 2024, but you can take it beyond that. You know, the next couple of days, begin to look at your medium goals, 3 to 5 years, and then your long-term goals beyond 5 years. And then look at all the aspects of your life, your physical life, your health. What goals do you have? I've set a goal for myself, certain number of pounds that I want to lose next year. Okay. You could say, I want to go down from a size 20 to size 16. I want to cut off sugar completely from my diet. I want to make sure that I take at least a fruit a day. You know, you can make it specific. Remember, we said it must be smart. Then your health. Oh, by my next birthday, I must have gone for a comprehensive medical check. And let's not say it's too expensive. You can begin to save towards it from January. Okay. So financial goals, you can say, oh, by the end of 2024, I want to have saved so and so amount of money. Then your professional, your business goals, have a goal for your business, your career, your family, because we need to be balanced in every area of our lives. All areas are important. Just as your health is important, your business is important, your financial aspect is important, your relationship, your family, they're also important. You know, I was telling the group of young people yesterday, I said, look, family will always be there for you. If you make all the friends in the world and everybody knows you as being charismatic, you have so many, when the chips are down, it is family that will be constant in your life. So whatever it is that you're doing, make time out for family. Even if it is to say, every weekend I must call my mom, I must call my siblings, or once a month I must do this. So make time, have goals to cover family. Okay, immediate family, extended family. The personal development, because we must be learners, we must be learning continually. We must constantly be growing. Are you going to say, oh, throughout, by the end of 2024, I must have attended so and so courses. I want to learn this skill. I want to acquire this skill. One of the personal goals I've given myself is that I must read at least a book a month. So by December 2024, I want to have read 12 books. And a personal development goal I have for myself is at least once a quarter, I make sure that at least I attend a training, whether it is online or in person, training relevant to what I'm doing. So it's something you can look at. Then, of course, your spiritual, very important. We're spirit beings first. What's your relationship with God? What are the things you desire to do? You know, as a Christian, I would say, I want to read my Bible from Genesis to Revelation next year. I want to read, maybe finish the Old Testament next year. I want to finish the New Testament next year. I want to spend so and so number of period of time to pray, next year. So have goals so that you can have a balanced life. Bill Copeland said, the trouble with not having a goal is that you spend your life running up and down the field and never score. Can you imagine Ronaldo, or I can't remember some of those their names now. Maybe someone can remind me. You know, I'm not really a football, but this I know Ronaldo, you know, running up and down the field, you know, with the ball, just dribbling the ball and refusing to kick it into the goal post of the opponent. Everyone will be frustrated. But the moment a striker picks the ball and begins to run towards the goal post and, you know, shoots it into the goal post of the opponent, everybody screams. It's a goal. So when we do not have goals, we're just running up and down. We'll just be going up and down, running up and down without accomplishing anything. So remember, it's 5 steps. So we've looked at the first step, review. The second step, we said, have a vision. Who can remind me of what the third step is? The third step. Anybody? The third step. Who can remind us? Anyone from Facebook? Anybody? Yeah, thank you. I can say that some on Facebook they have given us some, they're contributing. Okay, remember now, we just talked about goal. Goal setting is number 3. So, after you've set your goals, what next? You need to develop a plan. Okay, remember we said a vision without goals is just a daydream. And now, a goal without a plan is just in vain. You are just dreaming also. So you come up with a plan. And what's a plan? It's simply a roadmap. What do I need to do? It's a roadmap that takes you to your destination. For instance, example, I want to save. Okay, let's use the example of one of our friends online that said, I want to make 250K in a week in my business. That's a goal. It's a weekly goal. So the next thing is to strategize. What are the things I need to do? How do I go about accomplishing this? Do I need to advertise more? Do I need to, you know, go out more? I know she's a vet doctor. Do I need to tell people more about what I do? What is the plan? What is our roadmap? How do I intend to get there? Okay? So you need to come up with a plan. And then you need to review the plan and make the necessary adjustments. Or you say, I want to save a certain amount by the end of next year. By December 2024, I want to have saved maybe 240,000 naira. I just made it easier. That's like 20,000 a month. Or I want to have saved a million naira. Or I want to have saved $5,000. Or in my business next year, by the end of December, I want to have started a branch in a particular location. And you have mentioned that location. Or by this time next year, I want to have lost 20 pounds, 40 kilograms. What is the plan? How do you intend to go about it? You need to come up and write that out. And of course, when you have your plan, there's something they call the beauty of daily planning. That plan, take time each day. What is the thing I need to do every day, every week, every month to push me towards that goal? Let me go back to the example of someone that wants to save maybe 240,000 naira, or let's say $6,000 based on where you are. That means if it breaks down to 20,000 a month, that is like 5,000 a week. So what do I need to do weekly to be able to push aside that 5,000 naira? Or I want to lose weight. What do I need to do to be able to attain that goal? So very, very important. Now, the last and final step, after you've come up with your plan, you strategize. Now you list out the steps. What do I need to do? What steps do I need to take? Like the person that wants to save, you've broken it down to 20,000 a month. That's 5,000 a week. That means in a day, I must be able to save at least, leaving out the weekend, 1,000 naira daily. What are the steps I need to take to set aside 1,000 naira every day? I mean, I'm looking at the weekday, or you could reduce it. Maybe if you want to spread it over 7 days. What are the things I need to take? What are the steps I need to take? Okay, maybe I need to be able to do certain things, increase my sales, okay, push more for what I'm doing. Or maybe it's in the area of the academics. I was talking yesterday with students. I said, maybe you want to push your GPA. You've done a review of year 1. Maybe you're going on to year 2, and you say that, oh, although my vision is to graduate with the first class, but looking at year 1, my GPA was just 2 point something. That means year 2, I need to push out. I need to push on and increase. You now begin to strategize. What are the things I need to take? What subjects do I have problems with? Who can I meet to teach me better? Where can I take extra lessons to do better? Okay, so you list out the steps, and of course, you take action. It's not just about listing out the steps. It's not about just having the vision. It's about taking action. I love this about action. It says, action changes things. Take action. Take action. And this is the second passage I want to quote from the book of wisdom, the book of Proverbs. It says, a man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. What I tell people when it comes to the area of prayer, you make it easier for God when you even have a plan. Because sometimes we just come to God, oh Lord, do it, do it, do it. You're just saying, do it. Remember the story of a man called Bartimaeus, a blind man called Bartimaeus. He was just screaming and shouting. He couldn't see, but he heard that Jesus was in the neighborhood. And he started shouting, oh, Jesus, have mercy on me. Jesus, have mercy on me. And guess what? When Jesus finally saw him, the first thing Jesus asked him, Jesus said, what do you want me to do for you? And you're wondering, couldn't Jesus have seen that he was blind? Why should they have asked him? No, because God has principles. He will not, he will always follow principles. And the principle is for you to ask. He said it is when you ask that you will receive. And when you ask, you are specific in your asking that he promises to answer. So blind Bartimaeus opened his mouth and said, Lord, that I may receive my sight. And of course, Jesus, being the light of the world, prayed for him and he received his sight. So our part, like we said from the beginning of this presentation, is to plan. Take time to prayerfully plan, strategize for different aspects of your life. And then what? You bring it to God in the place of prayer, and then God will begin to direct you, will begin to lead you, begin to order your steps. Okay. So, like I said at the beginning, we'll soon be rounding up. Maybe we'll just take like 2-3 questions. This is my free gift to you, my dear friends. And it's a workbook, a template that I developed personally and, actually developed to share with my children. We do this every year, like I said, for them to feel. And then at a time, we all come together to make presentations, even via Zoom, to talk about what we want to do, steps we want to take in our various lives. But I want to extend this to every one of you. So the link, Titi, if you don't mind, please share the link in the chat box. Yes, she has shared the link. It's free of charge. So just click on the link on Seller. You might be asked to sign on, and then you can download it. You can print it out and fill it. Take time to fill it. And over time, begin to review it. I can assure you that if you take these lessons and begin to implement them, by this time next year, you will have outstanding testimonies in Jesus' name. Okay, thank you so very much for listening. Like I promised us, we want to round up. It's almost 9 o'clock Nigerian time. Sorry, yes, 8 o'clock Nigerian time. Thank you so much for listening. So the floor is open for questions. I think we can take 2 or 3 questions quickly. Anybody, you can drop the questions in the chat box, or if you want to say anything, you can raise your hand and then we'll ask you to unmute. Anybody? And if you're on Facebook, you also have questions. While we're waiting for questions, I just want to read some of the comments from Facebook. Thank you, Ma. Miss Folukende said, Procrastination is an enemy of progress. Absolutely, ma. When we procrastinate and we keep pushing, I will do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. You end up not like my own case. I've been procrastinating for the past 13 years and I'm yet to. Thank you so much, Enobong. I can see your comment. And Enobong, I saw something you wrote. You said to increase my sales in my business. That is good, but please, you will need to make that goal smarter. Remember what we said. It needs to be specific. What will it translate to? What will increase in sales translate to? How much? What is this the situation now? Is it that you are selling? I don't know what you're selling. Is it that, for instance, you are selling 500 units in a month and you want to increase it to 1,000 units in a month? So you need to be specific. I put a time frame. Maybe you can say by June next year, I want to have increased the sales, the quantity of what I sell to maybe 500 units per month. So you need to be so specific. Thank you so much. I can see all the feedback. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm waiting. Any questions? Thank you, my dear big sister, Sayemisi on Facebook. Thank you, ma. Sabumi. Thank you. Valuable teaching. Thank you. I can see all the comments. Thank you so much. I'm trying to see any question. You know what I say in class? Is it that the teacher didn't teach well, or we understood everything? So when we are quiet, that's what I tell my students. Is it that you didn't understand, or everything is well understood if we don't have questions? Thank you, Fanny, Minu, Margaret. Thank you for the eye opener. Thank you so much for all the comments. I'm looking for more comments on Facebook. The safety of the road. Okay, okay. So these are some of the gratitude. Any question before we call it a day, so that we can continue? Any question? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I can see a question. Thank you, Dr. Ekaiti. I can see your response, ma'am. Okay, Remy says, how do we stretch ourselves to ensure that our goals are challenging enough? Fantastic. Enobong says, everything well taken, I'll put into practice. That will be my joy, that this time next year, you're all here, even before then, reaching out to me with testimonies. Okay, so Remy, thank you for that very good question. That how do we stretch ourselves? Remember, I don't know if you had joined us. We said the foundation is to have a vision. So it is at that level of that vision that you can begin to stretch yourself. Okay, at the level of the vision. Somebody is asking for the soft copy. It is on Facebook, so you can always go back to Facebook to see the recording. Okay. All right, so like I said, at the point of the vision is where you can begin to stretch. If you recall, there's a passage in the Bible in Genesis where God, had told Abraham, Father Abraham, that he's going to make him a father of nations, despite the fact that his wife was barren. At that time, Mama Sarah was barren in her 80s, pushing 90. And at a time, God told Abraham, sorry, somebody is asking for the link on Facebook. Titi, please, can you help share that Facebook link? Just go to my Facebook page, copy it, and please share it on the link. Okay, so like I was saying, so Father Abraham, God had told him, and of course, Sarah was still barren, and then God was it was such a, discouraging experience. But if you look in Genesis chapter 15, there's a part that we're told where God told Abraham after Lot had left him, God told him to walk the length and breadth of the land. And he said, look all around, to the north, the south, the west, the east. And God said, as far as your eyes can see is what I will give you. That's amazing. So God was giving him an opportunity to stretch his imagination. He said, as far as what you can see is what I will give you. So what I will challenge you, my dear Remy, is what do you see? It is at the point of seeing, of visualizing, that you can begin to stretch yourself. What are some of the things that can help you? Read far and wide. Read about, thank you, Titi. That's the link to Facebook. So please feel free. Read far and wide. Read about success stories of people that are doing things that you desire to do. Watch, for instance, I love watching documentaries, and biographies. Even if I'm flying, traveling far, I sit down and I look through for biography films because I want to be inspired by the stories of people. So you can read about success stories of people, watch films about success stories of people, you know, interview successful people to find out about what they've done, you know, expand your mind. So at the point of vision, you can now begin to set goals. So it's the vision level that helps to stretch your mind. So that is what I will say about that. Okay. So I hope that has been helpful. Any other questions so that we can call it a day, a day, a day? Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Let me stop sharing. Any other question? Any other question? Interesting. I find myself on. Okay. So in the absence of questions, can we then call it a day? I want to say a very big thank you for every one of us for being a part of the session. For those that contributed, I want to say thank you. For those that answered, I want to say thank you. Maybe we'll just leave the floor if there's anybody that wants to say anything, and then we can call it a day. Thank you, my chairman. Thank you, Mrs. Akpabio. I want to appreciate all the women from the Mary Group for joining us. By God's grace, January, we will resume officially. My network from Women of Essence, thank you. Children's teachers from our various provinces, I say thank you. My women from New, I say thank you for joining. And of course, the men in our midst. So everyone joining us, thank you so much. So is there anybody that would like to say anything? I'm trying to see why my screen is not showing. There's something going on. Anybody that would like to say anything? It's a screen I'm sharing. I don't understand why. What is going on? What is going on? Anybody? Wow. Something is going on. Can I just stop sharing? Can there's something going on. Anybody that wants to say anything? Someone is sharing their screen. Yes, that is what I'm trying to. I don't understand how this happened. I don't understand how this happened. I don't understand. Yes, I think I hope I've been able to stop that screen sharing. Can you see my own screen now? Can you see my own screen now? Let me just go back to the beginning so that, can you see my, okay, so anybody that wants to say anything so that we can call it a day? Anyone? Okay. In the absence of I want to say a very big thank you to every one of us for being a part of the session. Like I said, the recording is on Facebook, and those that also drop their email addresses, we'll try to share the link with you. Thank you so much for being a part. God bless you mightily. And I want to wish you a happy new year in advance. I look forward to your success stories. Please take time to download the workbook. Take a few hours, walk through the workbook. And above all, remember, it's not just about the vision. It's not just about the goals. It's not just about the plan. It's about taking action steps to see the fulfillment of the goals in your life. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Okay. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Good afternoon. Good night. Goodbye. See you in the new year. Bye, everyone. God bless you. You can unmute if you want. I think we should take a picture, please, before you go. Titi, can you please help us? Please, can we just take a picture?
Yeah.
Please, can you stop sharing, please? And Eloho, stop sharing. I don't know why this person is sharing. So we can take a picture. I'm just surprised. I'm trying to understand. Okay, thank you. All right. So can we please put on a camera so that we can take a picture? Oh, I can see my friend. Let me see some of my friends from our old school. Thank you for joining us. Please, can Titi please help us with the camera, with the picture? If you don't mind, please, can we put on our cameras so that, oh, I can see my dear big sister, Mommy Taylor. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Oh, my brother, Pastor Rotimi. Thank you, Pastor Yemis. I'm trying to recognize everybody here. Some have joined, have gone off. Maybe they had other meetings. Saturnayo, thank you. Stamesi, Abiola Ajayi, thank you. Gloria, Enobong, thank you. Kemi Jayesimi, Adisola, thank you. Sheifa Dairo, thank you, Sister Fadaradi. Oh, our new ES. Thank you, sir, for joining us. That's a man in the midst of women. Titi, are you ready for us? Fine,
Yes.
Margaret, thank you. Gozi, thank you. All for joining. I'm sorry if I missed your name. Forgive me. I'm trying as much as possible. And those on Facebook, oh my goodness, they said that they can't take pictures. Sorry. Sorry, those on Facebook. We recognize you, our Facebook viewers. Thank you for joining us. We're sorry that you can't take a picture. So please, Titi, go
Okay.
right ahead.
I'll do it in 10 seconds. I'm sorry, in 3 seconds. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Okay. I'll take another one again. Is everyone ready? Okay.
I